Oops, why did I put these on? I shouldn't have put this on. No, 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 no. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I've got the blues. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Meow, 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 meow. Mm-hmm. 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 No, 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 no. Oop, oop. Whoops. Does that change the stream? It probably does. Cuts of ribbons is probably impossible. Don't think I like the medallions. Yeah, you don't know it was in the game because no one's gonna play it. 5 mana, then a 7 mana tutor. There's a lot of better things than that. I don't need priest. No, 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 no. I'm gonna run the Entomb side, and we're gonna just be a combo deck, obviously. I guess Necro is fine. Yeah, it has to be a non-legendary. Okay. I guess Buried Alive. Blight stuff? Goblet? What? Huh? No blessing. How am I deadly disputing? I guess it's possible.
Suppose it's possible, hero.
Yeah, this is not a goblin commander. And blighting is really bad. I want changelings. Probably the same ones. Each one is a perma discount. We could just play it in a goofy way and just accept most games don't go in our favor. Might just be fine with that. Probably gonna play the actual 1 mana goat. Boop. I'm not sacking things. I'm not stealing things, so Woe Strider is technically a goat. One Ring Engine, but I don't really want to play Mana Rocks. I think I'm going to take out Grape Shot. I've talked about Grape Shot before. I think Grape Shot is too difficult. Although I've done it with Rowan plenty of times. It's not impossible. You have to do it. You have to do a lot, though. I think Tendrils is good enough. The medallions are interesting, but I already have Affinity. So that's not too crazy. Cut to Ribbons feels unrealistic. That's a card that probably shouldn't be in Rowan anymore. No, there's not a lot of ways to untap this. It doesn't help many ways if I don't have creatures. I also don't have any really thing to target because everything in the deck is a goat anyways. So untapping it doesn't do anything. The Hobbit Sword. Why do I want to untap this? Oh, I guess that shouldn't be in here. I don't really like Boggart Trawler either, actually. Well, like I said, I'm not trying to steal my opponent's creatures. I just said that. I'm never going to target my opponent's creatures ever, unless I like have nothing else to do. That is the point of this. Actually, Doom Whisperer not looking too great. I guess the other combo? What's the 3-mana Molten Duplication? I could just craft Molten Duplication. I think I'm going to craft it. I am a fan of the combo. But what is the 3-mana one? I can never remember. Both are probably okay to run at the same time. Arcane Bombardment's slow. It implies I'm passing the turn. I guess High Market Tower just to have access to it. I don't want to play Mana Rocks, but it would make Paradox Engine a thing, but I don't know how to make room for all that. There's a lot of Mana Rocks. Yeah, this isn't really a Storm card. Okay, so 1 combo, 2, 3, 'I suppose the entirety of the deck with Tendrils is 4. I don't think I like Painful Bond. Chess Club at British Pub? Huh? Diabolic Tutor is fine. Wait. What? Isn't it called Diabolic Tutor? Intent. I'm not good at chess, really, but I play a lot of chess. I'm the best person I know at chess. I do like me chess a lot, but I'm not like crazy at it. I've been playing it my entire life, though. Oh, the Convoke Demon Saw in Half? Is that a combo? What do I do with that, though? That I don't have, like, engine to go for. I don't know. Knowing me, I'll mess it up a few times and then figure it out eventually. Ozai? What does that do? Oh, I mean, it has haste. So let's say it costs 4. Oh, it doesn't fly? I thought he flies. I could have swore it had flying. No, I have to swing with... I don't... Just play Burgee. Alright, this is kind of nuts, but Goat Storm, where we just play Entomb Reanimate combo, Hoarding Broodlord, Sacrifice, Saw in Half combos, Molten Duplication, Dualcaster Mage combos, Shieldred, Peer into the Abyss combo, and the entire deck with Tendrils to some degree. I don't like... what is it? Grape Shot. Feels like it takes way too long to actually use that to kill somebody in this format. But Underworld Breach is certainly a good way of doing it. But yeah, this is kind of just like my Rowan list, which I had to play a little last night to familiarize myself with the lines. But you're just playing tutors and you're tutoring up combos. This is a lot different from Rowan because it has like do-nothing goats in it just to... This is kind of like a medallion, a jet medallion, ruby medallion, with my commanders in play. But I don't have mana rocks, really, so this is light years slower than Rowan. But that's okay. I think it's funny. And no one's going to expect you to do anything crazy with it. So I'm going to get people by surprise, maybe. But yeah, so goats will discount my spells just like Rowan will discount my spells. You tap it, lose 3 life, and then everything costs 3 less. In this instance, I just need critical mass of goats. You at least have 1 in the command zone, and ideally more than that when you find them. But we'll see. We will see. I am skeptical. I had the perfect quest. Oh, it gets flying. Right, yeah, it just gets flying. It doesn't get flying initially in combat, though. Not on its own, at least. You need 2 more. Seems like a lot to just make another Burgee kind of work. Alright, I don't like playing against removal, but we're gonna just kind of watch people do things until I eventually do the thing. Oh, I forgot about Final Parting. That, I suppose, is another one of those. But I'm like more vulnerable than Rowan is. I can get rid of Summon Baphomet here. I don't think that's going to come up, so... This is the combo piece with their commander, right? You make black mana and go derpy herpy infinite. Well, I got nothing. I could flash in Dualcaster Mage for no reason. I could do that. I don't know why they had to think about their land. You're a Sephiroth deck. You do one thing, and one thing only. Alright, well, let's find out if we just lose instantly. I could play Shieldred instead. I think the outcome is about the same, though. I might as well. It's certainly a lot scarier than the goat. Just play it, but... susceptible to the same degree of losing immediately. Discard a card at random. Oh, cool. Look at that. Answer to everything. I could have drawn my card for the turn, because I could top deck Molten Duplication and win. I kind of forgot about that. I had a 1 in 80 something out to just win instantly. Should have drew my card first. Oh, I mean, I was discarding randomly. Could have just accidentally discarded the card I didn't want to lose, so who cares? Probably gonna have to add mana rocks. I really don't want to. I really don't want to. Even though it gives me another combo. Sure. It's a land, I guess. Yeah, it's a land. I'm just gonna play this. It doesn't... Maybe I don't even want Mox Amber, actually. Man, imagine it was Chrome Mox. Oh! Imagine it was Chrome Mox and only I could play it and no one else could play it. I'm gonna just play this as a land, I think? Yeah. Alright, get in there. Get in there, Changeling Wayfinder. Get in there. He did it. We did it. We beat the game. I could play Kirk instead. If it doesn't work out, I could do it next turn. Was not expecting Risen Reef. Was really not expecting that. That's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna go the goat line here. Get in there for 1. Alright, we got a reader. The problem is my opponent doesn't want to be goat napped, but that's not actually what I'm doing. So... Okay, we untapped. A little bit unbelievable there, so let's do this. Let's play you. Okay, come on. We might be doing it. Alright, hold on. Everyone just calm down. Everyone just calm down. I'm not freaking out. No one's freaking out. You're freaking out. So, I'm going to invest 1, 2. There's another goat. No. We're just going to do this. Yep, that's fine. And then do this. Okay. And then... How many cards in our graveyard? 1. We could just get this. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get tendrils? Wait. This is where it gets weird. Dual caster mage is double red. No, I need 3 red mana. Red. Okay. Okay. How does this work? I can't even remember. So, create tokens as copy to... So we do that. And then I do this. Oh my goodness. Alright, we did it. Alright. Goat Storm. Oh. Oh. It only took 2 games, actually. It did it pretty fast. Look at that. Beautiful. Against a green deck, nonetheless. Look at that. So I could have went a different line as well. With, like... I don't know. I don't know what my other lines were. But I did have exactly triple red. So I could do that. But if I didn't have triple red, I'd now have to sit here and think what to do. And I might run out of time. I could just wing it and get 2 of the treasure draw, like discard, draw 2 treasure cards. Or maybe one of them and the Underworld Breach, and then like try to cast Big Score 3 times and hope to draw something, but that can fizzle. Oh man, look at that. Goat Storm. We're here. We're doing it. If this works, it will be the greatest deck I've ever played. Yeah, Underworld Breach lets me cast a tutor. I can get red from treasure tokens. Oh, the lines are just all over the place. I don't know. I'm sure it's in there somewhere if it wasn't for the triple red. Okay. This isn't a hand, is it? I don't think so. Is this a hand? I don't hate it? I don't know. They're on the play and they're a green deck, so... I'm probably just gonna not waste my time to a 1 mana green spell. On the play. Seems like a immediate waste of my time. Okay. Oh, wasting my time anyways. Cool. Well, that was fun. I'm going to take out Mox Amber, I think. Do I have Strike It Rich? I do. I don't like Deadly Dispute that much either. Yeah, I'm taking out Mox Amber. I think most of the... Well... I don't think I like Deadly Dispute. I actually don't like Bitter Triumph. I don't even think that should be in here. Red burn spells at least can help for Storm, and I can cast them with Underworld Breach. So, like, Shock is okay, I guess. not that great, though. I feel like I'm never going to cast Felda Profane, and if I am, I'm probably just losing, so I shouldn't run that. Flare of Duplication... I can't sack my own commander like I can with Rowan. So, probably shouldn't play that. I can't sack my commander. Okay. Gamble? What does Gamble do? What does Gamble do? This is probably a Gamble deck. I think this is a Gamble deck. Well, I just crafted Molten Duplication, and it's a mythic, so that's not coming out. Oh, you mean Flare of Duplication. I'm an idiot. Can I discount this? I can't discount this. No, I can't discount it. I mean, the whole point of Flare is it's free. I don't think Ragavan helps. I feel like Shock is okay. What? Okay. I almost miss the bots that just try to sell you viewers. Kind of miss them. At least they were honest. Like, imagine making a career out of just lying all the time on Twitch. They just tell me what you're gonna do. The sprees discount it? I really don't want to play Mana Rocks, but it makes the most sense to me to play Mana Rocks. I feel like Grief isn't done much. Most of the black cards I would like to actually cast, because they help me win the game in some capacity. But if I take this out and run some Mana Rocks, I can also run Paradox Engine as another combo. It worked last time, but, I mean, it's... Well, it could fundamentally lead... Alright, you can come out, you can come out. I think Stormkiln can come out for a Mana Rock. Most of the time that would just be better. Mana Rock is usually just better than this card, I feel. Especially having played with it a bunch in Rowan. Same with this thing. Only good when I have other cards that make it good. So these could come out. I can have some mana rock. I don't have to play all of them. Maybe this works. I can only just, or can just play the good ones. I could play Ornithopter because it's a creature, and I can target it to make it a goat. Maybe that's fine. Kind of would like to avoid the colorless ones if I can help it. Maybe it's fine to have like one or two. Like Mind Stone is free, unlike it would be with Rowan. I kind of forgot about that. You do discount your mana rocks. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's try that, I guess. I tried to win with Approach the Second Sun, and it finally made me lose. Playing an EDH yesterday finally made me lose. Lost the game because I tried to cast Approach. It's one of the worst. I said that to myself too. Like, if you don't win instantly, you die instantly. So you have to cast it twice instantly. Because you don't, everyone's going to kill you. I can probably cast this right now with a moderate degree of confidence. I don't know what the second card should be. I guess Woestrider? No. Am I casting Broodlord, hard casting it in this matchup? Probably not. I'd like to keep myself open to the idea, though. Alright. I don't want to pitch. I just don't want to get rid of it. Summon Bahamut is a colorless card. Let's go ahead and play this. I can cast my commander and then probably do something. At least have one turn of trying before I just lose to dumb, stupid dumb. No idea what my opponent has in their hand that's castable here. But they also just don't care about this, right? They don't play any creatures, so it doesn't really do anything. Sun-scorched desert. No respect for, whatchamacallit. Cool. Alright, so I just lose next turn. Very fun. If I was on the draw, I would have already lost the game. If anyone is paying attention. So I've got like nothing going on right now. Let's do this. This? I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. Suppose whatever it is, it starts here. Another discount doesn't help that much. Was that flashback? It was. What can I pick up? Valakut? Go play that. No, I don't have the mana. Alright, I think I just lose. I could just leave up that. Yeah, I think I just lose. There's nothing to do. What a fun game. Imagine having to put in effort. Or have to think about your win instead of just casting ramp spells. Path of least resistance, I say. Yeah, I would have literally lost without having cast anything if I was on the draw. Would have just been instantly over and nothing would have mattered. What is this one? Is this the one that makes spells cheaper or something? No, it's the new one. It gets a Rite of Flame or a Take Inventory. Okay, well we have goats, I guess. Do I play this now? Probably not. I'll just play my commander and swing for 1. What does this do? Should have read it first. Okay, elementals are cheaper, I guess. Not quite a combo, but opponent's getting kind of close to having a combo there. Oh wait, I gotta target this. Hold on. Floated a black mana for no reason. Okay, so whenever you cast an elemental... Oh, if I stole that, I did just cast an elemental. That is kind of funny. Let's go ahead and goat nap it to sack it. Get some mana going. Cast this. I can get Underworld Breach and get 1 spell and then do nothing. Bolas's Citadel? What about you? Do I have a mana rock? I do. I could get Engine into Hope I Get There. See, this is where it gets weird. Can I just cast Peer into the Abyss? I can? Can I just cast this? Okay. And then you. Sweet. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can win from here. So I don't think they had to concede. Let's see, maybe I can. Let's think about it. This enters tapped. I have no mana, so I can cast this for 6 life. I'm down to 3. I can cast Dark Ritual down to 2 life. No. I'm down to 1 life. I have Dark Ritual. And then what? How do I get out of this? Final Parting. Down to 1 mana. No. I don't have any red mana for the Molten Duplication. Or treasure tokens? Can I make treasure tokens? I think I just would pass here. At 1 life. Opponent might have wanted to stick around here. As far as I can tell, I was not going to do anything after this point. In fact, maybe casting this is just wrong and I should just do nothing here and pass. Cool. Alright, well, you just draw a 50 and your opponent's over it. But I don't think I'm winning there. Or at least I have to pass, and then I can try to win the next turn. But I don't think I'm just outright winning right then and there. But we take those. Oh yes, on the draw against Rofellos. That's always fun. I'm glad that can happen. Waste my time in the queue. I've seen this person a few times. I don't know if they always play Y'shtola. Alright, well, it's a mono blue deck, and I'm trying to cast a 4-drop on turn 4, so you know how that goes. Oh, I found a mana rock. As if you're doing something. Wait, you are doing something? What? Huh? Oh, okay, that's not quite what I expected, but sure? I wasn't going to cast my commander anyways. Let's, get... Yeah, we're going to get Blood Crypt. And then play this? Yep. I don't think I'm going to attack. Maybe I should have blocked that, actually. Yeah, maybe I wanted to block that. I'm a bit surprised at the trajectory of this game, given how my opponent's playing. Let's just play our commander, I guess, and pass. There's nothing in play that I could reasonably steal. And they didn't just instantly play, whatchamacallit, Frogify. Oh, of course, they just had one anyways, because, you know, why not? Fun. Very enjoyable. I like these queue text. I call them loading screen text, but I think these are cool. Better than the past few, in my opinion. I feel like I'm gonna die of cringe from the Ninja Turtle loading screens. I genuinely feel like I might just shrivel up and die. Because the Spider-Man ones weren't actually Spider-Man. But the ones that are going to be for Ninja Turtles is like, oh, you want to play New York cards? Why am I playing against Scythus? Why on earth does it want me to play against Scythus? What is going on? How does this make sense? What? I guess Keenan's next. Haven't seen Keenan yet. Suppose I'm just overdue for that one at this point. How on earth am I seeing Scythus? How is that even possible? What the heck? Did that player just not have anyone to find? Maybe I was in the queue too long. I think I've come to the conclusion if you're in the queue too long, it broadens your search parameters, and then it just pits you up against an auto loss, so you can just simply re-queue anyways, instead of just keeping you in the queue. Whoa, that's not a hand. Whoa, what is going on? Okay, now the deck just stopped working. Alright, well, that was... Actually, you know what? Every single hand I mulliganed was really bad. That's not a good sign. Every single pair of 7 I just saw was really bad. I would not have kept any of those 7s. Wow. I'm going to say that's a little unlucky, though, because we haven't done that yet. I'm not going to reevaluate that. That isn't our main issue, I don't think. But that did just happen. I just saw like 4 pairs of 7, and all of them I would have mulliganed, even if they were a 7. I can't say I don't know the last time I've seen that. Wow. Yeah, it's a new commander, so it probably just doesn't have a wait for like 2 weeks or whatever, but still. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh, we want to, you know, they get a gauge, like a sample size, so it plays against all these different decks. And then they can be like, oh, the win rate against Keenan is 2%, so I guess we won't pitch you against Keenan all the time. But we don't know that until we pitch you against Keenan in the first place, just for you to auto-concede to prove our point that it shouldn't ever actually play against Keenan. I think it's pronounced Kinnan, but I like Keenan. Kinnan is my CEDH commander. People swear by Tim Necrom, but I'm a Kinnan truther. Through and through. I have a... Alright, I mean, I got everything I'm kind of asking for, with a goofy-looking reanimate, I guess. Let's just do this. Opponent had a spell and they didn't cast it. I don't know what that is. What does that do? Oh, yeah, that thing. That weird $30 card that everyone swears by. Rabble Master? Well, that's unfortunate. Guess I'm gonna die before I get to play. Yep, well, I mean, I came here to cast this, so there it is. Being cast. Removal spell? Am I free? No, not quite. Wait, where's the Rabble Master Oh, there it is. Never mind. I guess I blocked the thing here? I would probably also attack. Okay, well, I got a turn. We like those as far as I'm concerned. So I can cast this. Whenever you cast a spell. I had to say it 3 times. Can I goat nap spam? No, not quite. Let's take you. Opponent, that was it. That was it. All I was going to do was steal the Rabble Master. This doesn't... I technically could keep targeting my commander over and over. So if I had more mana, I could combo with, like... Or I would effectively have Infinite Storm here. Okay, I didn't see this line when I made the deck, but with stuff like this, I suppose... Grape Shot is another thing I could do, because I can goat nap infinitely. Oh, but I still need too many goats. You need at least another goat. So like target, untap, target. So like with Burgee, you target Burgee. Everything's discounted by 2 because you have 2 goats. And then with another mana, you could Grape Shot. No, you can Grape Shot with the same red mana. You just don't cast Goat Nap. You just do it 25 times. I suppose also Fling? Oh, that's just... Now we're just getting whimsical here. Okay. I could sack... I didn't play my land yet. So I could sack Faceless Agent and reanimate it. That doesn't really do much, though. Alright, I could... Yeah, an infinitely sized thing, but it doesn't have trample, right? Okay. Maybe Grape Shot is an idea because of that line I just saw that I hadn't realized. It also, like, literally gives Goat Nap... Like, it makes Goat Nap a combo piece, which it has not been, so that's actually really funny. It makes Ruby Medallion good? Is that true, though? Because like I just said, you can just tap this, make it a goat, tap, or untap it, Burgee, make it a goat. You have 2 goats. Goat Nap spam, infinite red, or mana neutral. You cast a red spell and get a red mana. But that does unlock Grape Shot. Did not see that line. Is there another card like Burgee that does almost the same thing? It would have to... Okay, does Ruby Medallion do it if not Burgee? No, because it doesn't make Goat Nap free. What else does what Burgee does? Isn't there another card that gives you red mana when you cast spells? Is it that Minotaur? How does it read? Whenever you cast a spell... Well, it's most assuredly a red card. Maybe I don't own it. I'm not sure. This deck has been interesting so far. Well, in the games in which I can actually play the game. Neheb? Is that what I'm thinking of? Neheb? Nehebi boy? Well, he's not in this list of things, so I guess not. So I don't see him. Well, I guess either way the word would be add. Not additional, it would be add. I thought you could specifically put the word add in. Why is it showing me Goblin Bombardment? Or Goblin Grenade? Runaway Steamkin is, you cast it 3 times, you get 3 mana, 3 counters. So Runaway Steamkin in some kind of way does it, but not really? Because you have to do it like a few times before you go crazy. What about you? No. This is okay, especially casting this for 1 mana. I mean, ideally I'm always going to. It's like a red dark ritual. No, it's not. It's not a red dark ritual at all. Seething Song? That's a good card to find. Forgot that existed. Can't play this one. Urabrask. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, 1 damage, make a red. So we have... Wait a minute. Okay, so we have Goat Napper Urabrask. And 2 goats. So Goat Nap is 1 mana. We get a red. We target Goat Napper. Untap it, get a red. And I don't even need... Oh my god, I don't even need... It has a built-in Grape Shot. Okay, it was not Neheb that I was thinking of. Do you have to flip it, though? Exile it, return to the battlefield. No, you don't. You don't have to flip it. Oh my goodness, we have another combo. We have another combo, and it's actually exclusive to this commander. Okay. I was not expecting that. Alright, so Urabrask does it. Urabrask does it. This is specific to Goat Napper, too. This makes Grape Shot less appealing, but I suppose with Burgee it's okay. Alright, so now what do I take out? We found another combo, and I actually like it. That is so funny. This deck is ridiculous. This deck is so stupid. This is what I play Magic for. Let's see here. What do I take out? Seething Song is still probably fine. Most of the time when I go to cast it, it just adds 4 red. So, or in the ideal scenario in which I am trying to win a game, it's going to add 3 or 4. I think that's fine. I haven't had Creation work, but I haven't played Dark Ritual Creation. I mean, that's just another A plus B. Okay. Alright. Pinnacle Monk has done nothing. It does require a spell already being cast. I think I'm going to take it out, honestly. It hasn't done anything. I have 44 lands in here. Maybe I can go down a land. I could probably go down 2 lands. I did add Mana Rocks. Alright, let's try that. I mean, there's nowhere to go but up, right? Why is my deck sleeve Y'shtola? Oh, it's because I copied it from Rowan. I see. No, I gotta use my... Is there a goat? Wait a minute, isn't there like a goat sleeve? Have I been cheating this whole time? They will never fix this loading in every sleeve every time you launch the game thing, will they? It's only been 5 years. I could have swore there was a goat sleeve. Maybe that's just me hoping there is. It is important. The deck works better if I have a goat sleeve. Possum? Because we play dead, and then suddenly we explode and my opponent dies instead of me? How's there no goat sleeve? Are you serious? Hasbro's going to be hearing from my lawyers. Alright. Empty Black Void it is. Whoop. And a couple of our wins have been people giving up when they kind of should not have been giving up. So we're not off to a great start, but you know, a win's a win, I guess. Sure. Look at that. Look at that automaton. You look at that. What is that? I have no idea what this is. Combat. Return it. Scry 2. Okay, it's a card. Let's go ahead and do nothing. This is like the convoluted way of just playing mono green, where you just cast ramp spells with scrying instead of doing it normally. Play you. I actually, well, maybe not actually, but Season of Girth. Okay. They know the second card? No, they drew that. They drew it. Oh, blind hit. Beautiful. Yeah, it's literally just mono green, but it scries to ramp instead of not doing that. Alright, well, I mean, I can cast my commander, I guess. And then look cool doing it. Do I have another land? Really, I don't. Oh, that's not good. Yep, no, I mean, that's what I came here to do. There you go. It's in play. Another blind hit. Another blind hit. I wonder if they keep the doppelgang? Oh, they did keep the doppelgang, yeah. I guess they did, right? I don't think it matters too much. Well, I somehow survived against whatever this is. Now I have to do something. I just drew the win. Alright, well. What's my life total? 5? Let's, not make a goat. I don't think I need a goat anyways. So, here... Target you, cast this, and win. I also don't need Grape Shot, by the way. Ooh, that's not the right card. Okay, you saw nothing, opponent. Oh yeah, never mind. Never mind. I do need that card. Okay, everything's gonna be a goat. Forgot about that clause. Okay. Let's do this. Get rid of... I don't think I want Grape Shot. So, get rid of it. Cast you? Actually, let's do Worst Fears. Just to lock that in. Let's cast Gamble. For Tendrils? I don't have another black source, though. Oh, yes I do. Let's see if I discarded it, though. So... I think I can just win by Underworld breaching. Where is the black mana? There it is. Alright, we did it. Okay, yeah, I kind of forgot about you can't target the same thing over and over, so this actually doesn't work. I, like, instantly forgot about that, unfortunately. But, I mean, it still did something, right? It gave me Storm, but, it doesn't go infinite. It's not a 2-card combo. I completely forgot about that. Alright. Good to know. So it's not like a Burgee Urbraz 2-card combo. But it still gave me everything I needed. It's kind of tragic, though. Like, you can see why Grape Shot is awful. I literally discarded it. What was my Storm count at this point? It was finally lethal, to be fair. It was finally lethal had I not just gotten Tendrils. So I guess it would have done it here, to be fair. Okay. Weird game. Well, I mean, not that weird. I just played against a mono green deck that had 55 lands on turn, like, 5 or something. They just didn't kill me. I haven't actually reanimated anything yet. Play Burgee first? Does that make any sense? I feel like it doesn't. Maybe it does? It's not like I can kill their commander, so... It is indestructible. Okay, I can goat nap it, I guess. So we start with this. We cast this. And then play land. Goat nap here. Opponent, it's not infinite. It's not infinite. It's not infinite. I thought it was infinite too. Don't worry, I thought it was infinite too. It's not. That's the last time I could do it. So I cast this. I goat nap their commander, and I guess I hit them with it. Maybe steal something that matters. Maybe I just lead with Faithless Looting. My opponent made the mistake I did. They just, they thought I could loop this infinitely, maybe. Maybe that's what they thought. I don't know. Maybe that's not what they thought. But I was going to steal it and smack him, but I can't sack it. Okay. Well, we lightning bolts it Llanowar Elves, so I guess we win. Is there... I almost want more card draw, but there's no way to make room for that. There's a lot going on here. And it's all just barely held together. Alright, no, I'm not going to change anything. No. Maybe... Oh, I think I should take out Summon Bahamut. Mizzix's Mastery? Yeah, that's another thing you could do. It makes for a strange Underworld Breach, but I think I like it more than Summon Bahamut. Especially with Persist, because I could just always persist Hoarding Broodlord anyways. So let's try that. Is there an... We have Mizzium Mortars as well. But yeah, you could spam a few Goat Naps and suddenly you have like 15 Goat Naps in the graveyard. And then Mizzix's Mastery makes more Goat Naps, I guess. But you can't like tap your commander again. You know, like once everything in play is a goat, you can't use your commander again. Untapping it does nothing. I don't really feel like playing against Rofellos. I don't know. I was kind of just bored of doing that. It's the most boring matchup. Honestly, I'd rather play against a control deck than Rofellos. It is so boring. That's half of one combo. I suppose I'll take it, but... Oh, we have to manually tap. Counting is hard. Goblin. Cast my commander, make a red, do nothing. My commander doesn't even do anything next turn. I don't know, I'm going to cast it. In the off chance my opponent doesn't have Ulamog like they always do. When they get to 10 mana instantly. Scouring Storm Soul? Well, it doesn't have haste. Why are we manually tapping? What is going on with that? Still dead to a few different cards here. That's a Tyrannax Rex is what that is. There is no lethal scape shift from a mono green deck. Actually, I'm not sure what this is doing. They sacked only 3, so I'm sure my opponent knows. Is it a 2020? I don't know. With Devotion? Okay, well, I mean, I made it to my turn. I guess. Now what? So you... I have one goat. I think it's ever so slightly more efficient to play this before Goat Nap. I don't even know if that's true, but I did it. I think it's mana neutral. I can't kill my opponent, but I can make a bunch of goats. So we have a bunch of storm. Oh, that is ward. Yeah, I can't do that. It does feed Underworld Breach to have goat naps in your deck. Graveyard. I honestly, the more I do this, the more I actually do want Fling in my deck. But this board state has to be what it is, right? Otherwise, I'm not actually targeting 15 things with Goat Nap. Because most of the time, this is probably not going to happen, right? Okay, so we have a giant creature. Have Storm of Lethal. It's just a matter of finding the win. Suppose I could have... No, I needed red mana. Oh, no, I had red. So I missed a few pings, if that matters. Which I feel like it doesn't. Graveyard has nothing in it. Let's do this. Let's play this. That. Persist? Can I sack anything? No. How do I get my graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. I can cast this? That doesn't do anything. I can Goat Nap 2 creatures, but those 2 creatures I Goat Nap don't do anything. So, I think we're looking pretty dead here. I think we are. Untap. I can give Griselbrand haste, but it dies to that. Dual Caster Mage doesn't matter. So we do this. The red mana I have here stays around forever, so I can just go through combat. But I can't gain any life. Sure. And, I mean, I can't draw 7. And I still have no persist. Is there any way to get this off my... Goat Nap spam? No, they don't have stats on my side. So if I Goat Nap spammed, it wouldn't have done anything. That has trample. Power 2 or less. So I have to play this to untap my commander. I can replay Griselbrand. Hold on. And then untap this. But it doesn't have... I don't have trample. I don't... Like, if I had infinite life... Oh, they conceded! They conceded. Wow. I was actually about to run out of things to do. I was going to pass in 2 seconds. Okay, well, I beat Rofellos. It ended up not being boring at all, but that's because I didn't have the random green card that would end the game on the spot. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here, I'm pretty sure, right? What would... if I had infinite life... Well, to be fair, if I had infinite life, I could Gristlebrand. So, okay, so if I swung with... You might be right. So pre-combat, a bunch of goat naps here. So I cast Underworld Breach before I swing, and then I escape a bunch of goat naps on this, and then swing with it. I could probably draw 7. At least once. I'd have to be careful because this has escape 3, and I'd have to make sure I have enough goat naps in my graveyard to do it post-combat. Okay. So I swing, and then I escape it. Yeah, I didn't see that. I did not see that line. So we could at least draw 7. Maybe more. Okay. Alright. Cool. There was a line there. I just didn't play it out. And my opponent wasn't willing to wait. Alright. That's another line I would have never have conceived of being a thing in this deck, but there it was. Now I know about it. I'm upset I didn't see it. It feels pretty self-evident. I was halfway through doing it too, and I just stopped. Wow. That's kind of nutty. But to be fair, my opponent didn't win the game. They didn't win the game, which they most often do. This hand does kind of nothing. Hand is also the same. Maybe we'll draw something that matters. Maybe we won't. I don't know. It's the not Shrine Commander. Cower before my 1/1. I'm going to play Strike It Rich. I think that's a good idea. Casting my commander next turn doesn't lead into anything crazy. Could just be Scythos. Usually the not Shrine commander is Scythos. Alright, they thought long and hard about things for some reason. Makes me want to not cast my commander, which is an easy enough task. Let's get a mountain. I think we get a mountain. I think we get a mountain. Yeah, I'm going to say we get a mountain. Opponent is taking their sweet time. Let's go ahead and do that. They have a 1-mana spell, so that makes life a lot more... I'm just more aware of what to play around. I could just play Shieldred. They'll probably just kill it, because everyone doesn't like playing against it. They did not have to shock themselves for that, so opponent making reaction way more obvious. I'm gonna just cast Shieldred, I think. What if I just did this instead? I'm okay with this. Just cast a goat. Oh, this has haste. Well, whoops. Could have swung with the goat. But I changed my mind after combat. They might have done something in combat, I guess. I think 1 damage matters. Certainly not 3. Alright, this forces out removal. Let's go to combat first, though. And I'm not going to play this as a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I mean, I could play it as a land. This is almost just castable. Alright, and then I can just play this. Because I don't need it. I'll just cast it. I think there must be at least a swords. No, there's no swords. I have no idea what's going on. Why they're taking so long to think about every action. Okay. Still probably has swords, and they just now didn't have a reason to cast it, so everything I did was meaningless. I can cast this. Doesn't do anything. I can cast this twice. I can at least play around Wash Away, but... Yep, whatever. Oh look, it is literally Scythus. I was right. Wow. Gonna cast it again. I don't even know why they would want to counter it. As far as they're concerned, it doesn't do anything. I can't steal any relevant cards. Cool. Fun. Glad I played against Scythus with a do-nothing commander. Talent. Took way too long every time they had priority. I don't understand why that is remotely difficult. The game literally plays itself. I can't conceive of what they could possibly be thinking about that long. It really isn't that hard. Could persist Broodlord, but I have Saw in hand though. What is this? Fleam? I haven't seen Fleam in a minute. At least I don't think I have. Do I want that land? Kinda. Kinda, sorta. They did not grab Xander's Lounge. Strange. What is that? Oh. I don't actually like the Space Shock lens. Not too big of a fan. I don't really like spaceship stuff, though, so probably never gonna like it. Oh, Vivi. Just what I wanted to play against. So, Buried Alive. We don't have access to, like... What if I got Dual Caster Mage in the graveyard? Cast that, Molten Duplication, target that. No, that doesn't work. Okay. I guess I'll just bin things I would rather not draw. I could have put Woe Strider in the graveyard, maybe. Could have been interesting. I could also lose to Reanimate. I should probably just concede. I don't think I'm winning this. There's no... Like, Persisting Broodlord's not gonna... What is that? Beginning of your upkeep, sack it, discard a card. Okay. I've never seen that card before. Yeah, I can probably just concede. I think we're at the, that thing I like to call wasting my time territory of the game. Even if I get Broodlord, I have nothing to do with it. So, feels kind of awful. But I mean, I guess I'll target it. I'll force it. Like, there's nothing to grab. I don't expect it to live. Even if it does live, it doesn't actually matter if it lives. Paradox Engine, One Ring. I could put... What if I got Necromancy? No, Reanimate? Wait a minute. I forgot I could do this. I don't have to actually... They didn't counter the first Reanimate. Okay. Do I draw now? Well, I'll let them answer that for me. I'm just gonna pass? I don't know. I could just draw 7 and probably still die anyways? Yes, on half's in my hand. Already said that. Okay, well, somehow Gristlebrand didn't just instantly die, but I can still just die. I'm way farther along than I thought I would be, but we'll see what all that amounts to. I'm not convinced I am in a good position. Vivi can just kill me. I almost am tempted to draw 7 if Gristlebrand is answered, which it has to be. Okay, that's not the way in which I would want to draw 7. I can't, because I'll just die, so... Cool. All that for nothing. Extra turns are very fun. Sure glad they're around. You discarded the One Ring? You could have just cast it. What? Could have just cast the One Ring. Okay, can we not hit perfect off the top? That'd be cool. So now I have to do that. Of course, my opponent just had Cyclonic Rift anyways. Fun. Glad I played that game out. Yep, like I said. I did go further along than I thought I would, but still literally meaningless. I should have just conceded. I should trust my instincts, and I know when games are done. I can stop playing them out and moving on. That's a goat? Yeah, that's a goat. That's what I came here for. Yeah, we'll play that one. What am I up at? I didn't even look. Okay. It's a 5-mana win the game card. And I have a 4-mana maybe do something card. But they didn't play a green spell, so we have a normal game of Magic. Wowzers. What does that do? I don't care. Do I cast my commander first? This keeps happening to me. I think I will. As far as my opponent's concerned, I'm not even goat napping anything crazy. Return another creature you control to his own... Okay, I don't even want to do that. Get another red. I don't want to get color screwed on red, so... Okay, my opponent Path of Exiled a 1/3 Death Touch. That's what I would have done if I were to steal my opponent's turn. I would have done the same thing, so that's a little weird. I mean, playing Path of Exile in general is a bit weird. I'm kind of just dead next turn. I'm not doing anything. What does that do? There's nothing in my graveyard. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Alright, well, I'm going to cast it again. If they didn't kill it, I would still have nothing to do. So, I wouldn't say the swords was the main issue here. Also, they're just playing a land and probably just winning. So, okay. I don't know how that's better than just casting your commander, which would have just won the game probably. But okay. I can just cast it again. It's not doing anything. Is there a reason we did this after combat? Okay, well, Yep, I could have conceded it. I mean, even if they kept my commander alive, it does nothing. I don't even know why they were so fixated on killing it. They could have just won the game with casting their commander. You got it. It literally did nothing. Would have done nothing if I had it in play turn 1. And it never left the battlefield. It would have done nothing. Which means I guess I should have mulliganed. I guess. I don't know. That's a hard one. What is this? It's the other Bant commander. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get the Surveil land. Bolas's Citadel is a card. 1, 2. Tap that. Black. I don't have triple black. I do have Dark Ritual. No, it's going to be cast early. Alright, no Bolas's Citadel. No Bolas's Citadel. No, fun. Dark Ritual Commander. One, two. Red, red, red. Oddly close to winning next turn, which would be kind of insane. This is like 4. No, this would be 3. Cast that. Then it would be 4. With no black mana? No available black mana? Yeah, alright. Funny how close it is. It's actually really funny how close it is. Wow. Okay, well. I don't know what they were going to do, but it must have been a creature, because they didn't have an answer to it. Well, you're wrecked. I'll take it. Never feel bad about dunking on green 1-drops. It's funny, Llanowar Elves is sometimes better than Time Walk. It's kind of funny. It actually is. Sometimes it is better than Time Walk. And not because it costs 1, but, I mean, that certainly helps. That is kind of funny. Like, we would all probably not let Time Walk be in the format, but Llanowar Elves is sometimes just a better Time Walk. Do I want this hand? Kind of. Kind of. It's a funny hand. It's got a sacrifice in it, I guess. What is that? Okay. Yeah, changelings count for party. Because they are all types all the time. Pass? Okay. Well, they haven't played an elemental yet. It's just mono green ramp. Because, funny enough, Badger Mole Cub is not... Why did they move phases there? That was weird. Didn't that just, like, make it vulnerable for no reason? I feel like it did. Okay, well, I drew this a turn too late. Because that's how everything works, I guess. Whatever. Now I'm just asking my opponent to not kill me, I guess. Somehow. Another person manually tapping. This has been pretty common today. Not sure what's up with that. Do you have a fetch land? Nope. Cast my commander? Yep. There it is. Doing stuff. I'm not going to Diabolic Intent. So next turn, if we're left alone and we don't get blown up, could do something interesting here. I'm going to just auto yield. It is very easy to get blown up, though. I will admit. Yep. Did they evoke that? For, what did they do? Oh, double black? Okay. That technically doesn't blow me up. They took Saw in half? That is probably the last card I would take in my hand. Cast it, return all non-elementals to their... What? Didn't that just unsummon a land? I'm so confused. Okay, well, I mean, that's a line. Yep, I took that line. You got it. So... the hand is currently beatable? From my perspective. Not sure why they did that. I feel like I would have been roughly in the same position if they just didn't do that, but they did do that, I guess. Yeah, I did survive the hand. Okie dokie. So now we tap this. We have a discount of 2. We cast this to start generating mana with Burgi or something. Cast Burgi. Cast that. Alright, so we can generate mana, and I think win with... I think win with Grape Shot. Not Grape Shot. What's the other one? Another game where Fling would win, but again, like if your opponent has a board state like this, you're usually just dead. Alright, well this isn't infinite, but my opponent wasn't willing to see it out. This is a spot where I would absolutely... And this keeps happening. And if this keeps happening, I should just take out Grape Shot and Tendrils, because people just concede. If they're going to concede, just don't play the card in your deck. I know that's a little goofy, but I think I've only done it once. Everyone else has just conceded, even when they weren't dead. I think people are giving up too early. But I don't know. Look at what my opponent is. A mono green, right? It's green, green, green. Green decks, they just do the same thing I'm doing, except they don't have to do all these weird things. And thinking beyond that is not what a green player is doing. So they're probably not actually putting any thought into why they gave up. They just gave up, as is a green player's tradition. But let's say they stayed in the game. I would loop all of this, and I can only imagine what my opponent thinks I'm going to do. With the last one, I guess I'm going to steal this and sacrifice it for 6 black. Which I don't think I have to do. Oh, I kind of do, actually. Yeah, I need more black mana. So let's say I sack that. Then what? Oh, that's 6 black. Yeah, it's 6 black. So I can Grim Tutor for Tendrils. I really wonder what my opponent thought I was going to do, though. Was there lethal in play with something? 10 or more lands. Like, there's no way my opponent knows what I'm going to do. I refuse to believe that. Like, they also saw my hand. They know I have tutors, but don't you want to see what I'm going to tutor? I'm just not conceding there. I don't know. Obviously, I must be some kind of storm something, but, like, at least make me show you. There's no way you're thinking about tendrils here. I refuse to believe that. Like, when's the last time that person has ever... If they have ever seen tendrils cast in a sword roll? I refuse to believe... Like, what if that's all I did, you know? We've had more games where we would just do that in pass than we haven't. So, like, if I didn't have the stuff in hand, like, the game... I don't know. I'm not conceding to tutors in hand. I'm not doing it. You have to show me a win. But all I have to do is see it once, and then I can concede from there. Which you got to show me it. Just don't agree with that concession. I've actually disagreed with quite a few concessions today. Even with knowing the tutors. Kazel's Fury. Oh, a fling. I mean, it could replace a mountain. I've talked about fling a few times. I don't know, like, if I like this. It's only good if your opponent has a crazy board state like that. And most of the time, when someone has a board state like my opponent's, I die. Like, I'm not gonna untap. I'm not gonna untap with a bunch of stuff. I suppose, for the sake of it, I'll just put it in where a mountain would be, and then we can sometimes have access to that. The only way I'm... I don't know. I don't make my own tokens. I haven't felt like I needed Bitter Blossom. Maybe Gristlebrand can come out. I have not played Creation of Avacyn. Usually Reanimate and, I suppose, also Persist. The ideal hit is Broodlord to win with a combo and not Gristlebrand. So it's mostly just Creation, but you could also argue Creation could just get Broodlord instead of Gristlebrand. We don't have Tooth and Nail or anything for, like, Shieldred. Why is Shieldred in here? Oh, Peer the Abyss, right. Which I could just kind of target myself and win that way, honestly. Maybe Gristlebrand shouldn't be in here. Then what is Buried Alive doing? Do we have wait, what's the... Is it Unmarked Grave? Is that the card I'm thinking of? Is that in the game? I don't think that's in the game, is it? It's like MH3 or something. I think it's called Unmarked Grave. I feel like I would have, like, at least seen it at some point cast from an opponent. Or seen it in the... Oh, it is in the game! It is in the game! Oh! I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Alright, no Gristlebrand. I cannot believe that. Okay. That's actually huge. Wow, I can't believe that. I'm blown away. Blown away. I've never seen anyone cast that card. Okay, so it's the Persist, right? It's non-legendary. Non-legendary. Wow. Really? This whole time? Okay. And it's a rare. Yeah, that's huge. Hoarding Broodlord lines, It almost makes me want to put Summon Bahamut back in as a non-legendary threat. But I'm just trying to find, like, what scenario are we playing... Are we reanimating Bahamut instead of Broodlord? I can't envision a scenario where it would make sense to do that. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I also want maybe a few more red sources. Please tell me I have command tower. Okay. Are there any good red sources? We have a bunch of fetch lands. I can, like, add another tapped fetch land. I don't want Mount Doom. 2 or more basics? That's okay. Let's do that. Let's take a swamp out for that. I think I'll live with that one. The pathway can be here. I forgot about pathway, actually. Should have just been in here. What is this one? Goblin? Yeah, no. Okay. Do I have... I don't want Mana Confluence. I really don't want Fabled Passage. Or at least play Fabled Passage until it makes me lose a game. Urborg? Could be useful. Could also maybe not be that great. Yavimaya just to send a message. It is funny you could play this. Okay. What's the deadest of dead cards in here? If I were to add another mana rock. Other than the goats. You can't... I'm not taking out a goat. No, I think I like everything. Bolus's Citadel is slightly questionable. Hard to take that out of a deck that really wants to go crazy. Yeah, alright, everything seems fine. Maybe I could take another land. I could actually very well just take another land out for a mana rock. Am I still at 40? I'm at 41. How many MDSCs are in here? 1, 2. 2. I could take one out. Add a mana rock. I think that's fine. What's the next mana rock, though? Ideally not a colorless one. What about Wayfarer's Bauble? Is that okay? Wayfarer's Bauble feels bad when you don't play it like turn 1. No, that doesn't do anything. We don't have Ancient Tomb. No more Ancient Tomb. Man, imagine we had, like, Chrome Mox Ancient Tomb still. Could you imagine? It's funny they took out, like, the fast colorless mana, but they left in the fast mana for green still. Like, green just does Ancient Tomb anyways. Like, they didn't deal with that. That is kind of funny to me. Yeah, Ancient Tomb and Chrome Mox are too fast, but Llanowar Elves, for some reason, isn't. That's funny. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Every deck, including green decks, could just play Ancient Tomb, but I still find it a little funny. I think they had to go. I think they do have to go, but... Those are the things I advocate for, is the removal of green 1-drops that ramp you. So you can have, like, less non-games, and then maybe changing a Ajani in some way would be the 2 things. But the Ajani one is not as big of a deal to me as the green 1-drops. Do I want another land? I think so. Well, I'm on the draw against Rofellos, and I just talked about how green doesn't care about what you're doing. Do I Dark Ritual this? I think I could Dark Ritual my commander. I don't know what I do after that, but I'm against Rofellas, so I might as well act like I have something going on. Can I sack their commander? Casualty 3? No, that doesn't do it. Okay, now I just don't have a commander. That's fun. I'm just going to concede, actually. I'm not even going to waste my time. Trust my instincts. We are wasting our time now. I said I was going to auto-concede against Rofellas anyways. I should just go back to doing that. It's just like so boring and brain dead. Boring and brain dead. We're both playing like solitaire, except my opponent plays it 4 times faster. And by the time I get going, it's like it's over. I mean, I've beaten it before, but get rid of Strike It Rich? Could get rid of Seething Song instead, actually. No, yeah, let's get rid of Seething Song. It'll, like, turn it into a permanent ramp spell is probably slightly better. Strike It Rich is also actually castable, so... I don't know if I cast my commander next turn. I guess I do? The sooner the better, I guess? I don't have much going on after that, but that's been kind of the case every game anyways. Yeah, we're just gonna cast it. I think. I don't... Whatever, I'm casting it. You can't stop me. That's what we came here to do. I really wish this was the Mana Rock changeling and not the Faceless Agent. Suppose it's a goat nonetheless, though. Do they have to untap that? Oh, I guess they do, okay. Well, they didn't have to manually tap it the second time, but... Unless they're going to do it again. Oh, you can't do it again. Okay, well, typical. I don't draw land. Why would I? Cool. I have absolutely no idea why they needed to tap this twice for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all... Choose a color. So black. 1, 2, black, black, blue, green. Okay, I guess they did have to tap the Devoted Druid twice. Because they didn't have black mana. Oh, that was fun. Died to a ramp spell. I actually literally died to a ramp spell, yeah. Devoted Druid's an elf, huh? I always forget that. That one in, what's the other one? The Sylvan Safekeeper? Yeah, Sylvan Safekeeper is not an elf. This is a hand. Bridget's kind of nuts. Alright, I'll keep this. I think I'm going to turn 1 Entomb so I don't draw... Well, see, I don't know what I would Entomb here. Probably just Broodlord. I don't think I've played against this. No, I have. I have. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it did. I can't remember. It probably just did, like, stupid mono-green things and everything else is irrelevant. Yeah, I'm going to put that in graveyard. Graveyard it goes. Okay, well, I guess Ancient Tomb was a problem, but this still exists and makes games interesting, according to the Wizards. Wandering Emperor. Okay. Oh, Scythus. That's fun. Oh, just in time. So I can play this, and I can play that. And then I can concede. Fun. Yep. Ancient Tomb was a problem, though. We had to get rid of Ancient Tomb. Yes, sir. I really wish this commander was green. Man, if this commander was green... Ugh. I feel like it could have been Jund. I really think the Goat Napper could have been Jund. It would make it 10 times better. At least twice as better. At least 2 whole times. If we had green. Now, I know that applies to every commander that isn't green, but this one in particular feels like it could have been green. It kind of feels like a Jund commander. Kind of. I don't think there's any Jund things, really, in, like, Lorwyn specifically. Oh, it's against Rofellos. Oh. Didn't even pay attention. I kind of stopped looking at my opponent's command zone. Just focused on my hand. Every other game has felt like it's been Rofellos. I am honestly surprised that it's not in a higher bracket consistently. Kind of surprised at that one. I think Ajani is. I just happened to see that one a few times randomly. But Rofellos seems like I see it way too often. Is this a hand? No, it doesn't have any black mana. I probably, unfortunately, need black mana here. I'm not going to turn 1 Faithful Suiting. I think I might keep this. I think I'm going to keep that, actually. Yeah. Unctus. I think Unctus is a combo deck, if I remember correctly. I could be remembering incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure it's a combo deck. Let's Faithful Suiting now. Oh no, I could just do this actually. Yeah. And then play you and you. Pretty sure it's a combo deck. I'm sure we'll find out real soon. Unfortunately, I have artifacts, so I can't goat nap the giant constructs. This is one of the best cards, though, to have in this spot. Let's play that, and I can play this, but it is... I guess I net 1 mana because I'm spending it this turn instead of next turn, but I don't want to lose the treasure token, but that's fine. And then we pass. Next turn is looking pretty good if we're left alone. Which, they have an incentive to leave me alone. They also have an incentive to not care about my commander, because maybe it isn't doing much. It does sort of stop them from playing theirs, which I kind of wish it didn't. So they would, like, be more incentivized to leave it alone. Spells more for a 4 greater. Okay. Well, they left it alone. Let's, do this. I can goat nap that. Tap that. And then start to find things that win, such as, but not limited to, this card. And cast it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we did it. So we get... I'm pretty sure we just have it. Let me just think about it slightly more. We saw in half. What do we do next? We get 2 of these. We get a dual caster mage, double red, and molten duplication, which costs 1 red. Because I have affinity for goats and I have 2 goats. Okay, so we have that. Yeah. Alright, so we have it. I'm pretty sure there's like an option of 2 different combos I could go for in that spot, I think. The other one would probably take a lot longer, and I have the capacity to flub it up, so... Unfortunately, I can't really interact with Katara that well, and it doesn't really care about my commander. It's kind of tragic. There's not much I can do about that. There's just so little room for stuff like discard spells and removal. I wouldn't ever think about removal, but discard spells just get in the way. Like in Rowan, I don't have goats, so I could just use those deck slots for something else. But we need goats. To be fair, we don't need many goats. To be fair, I think I want to land. The problem here is I just get stonewalled so heavy by counterspells that I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can just cast like... Okay, well they let my commander resolve. That probably implies a Frogify. Because they have to deal with this. So it unfortunately isn't really appealing here. Maybe they don't have to deal with it because they're Katara? And they can, like, play protection spells? That's what we're hoping for. Otherwise, the game is close to just being over immediately. Okay, well, that is a way of doing it. I got to this point, which feels exceedingly unlikely, but I did get to this point here. This seems tremendously unlikely. Let's do this. Is this mana neutral? It costs 2. It discounts my entire deck by 1. So I'd say that's pseudo-neutral. I can cast Bolus's Citadel, and I don't know if there's a line with this Grim Tutor that wins. 2 more basics, no. So let's play this. Cast this, and then I have 2 mana. I get Broodlord, it costs way too much. I get that, it costs too much. Okay, we're just winging it. We're just gonna wing it. Let's shuffle or cast this. Well, I think this is slightly better, so... Let's get... Man, this is a lot. Tendrils is, sick. No, I can't cast it. Mizzix's Mastery is castable? With 1 black? No. What can I do with only black mana? Nothing? 1 ring? That doesn't help. I wish I could put something on top of my deck. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't have anything here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put it to my hand and maybe, do something. Alright, didn't have it. Yeah, there's no 1 card that does anything here, so... That was probably my window, and I just didn't get there. But I think that was my window. Wow! Really? That's insane. I mean, to be fair, I can be stopped with counter spells, but I guess my opponent doesn't want to try. I feel as though all you do is play an island and pass, and now I have to deal with whatever's in your hand. So, I don't know. I'm not... Another spot I'm not necessarily just going to concede immediately to. This feels just insanely unlikely to happen as an outcome here. To have a window in the first place. Like, imagine they just didn't cast Katara and left up counter magic. I might have just lost. And they don't even need Katara in play. Wow. Okay, well, that's one for the books, I guess. It is a scenario to think about. That is a... We had 1 black mana, and there's no Vampiric Tutor to put... I can't, like, tutor for Vampiric Tutor, and then put a card on top for Bolas' Citadel. I can't Brainstorm. We have 1 black mana. Dark Ritual has been cast. We have no way of shuffling with that. What can I do in that exact spot? Sacrifice my commander would not really do anything except make spells cost more. Paradox Engine, it doesn't do anything. One Ring doesn't. I think it's always right to grab this, so it's part of the like options moving forward. Even if it gets countered, it's now in the graveyard for reanimates. There is nothing to do. I don't have any way to get red mana. Tendrils was oddly close. Okay. Yeah, okay, there's nothing I can do with 1 black mana in that spot. All I'm doing is shuffling my deck, hoping there's something on top. But I think grabbing Broodlord is correct. I could also maybe just grab the Unmarked Grave or Entomb. I'm not sure if I already cast Entomb that game. And that way it just goes in the graveyard to be easily cast later instead of, like, in my hand it's, what is that, 8? What about Kryrk? No, I couldn't cast it. Could I have? I had 2 goats. I only had 2 goats. I could not cast it. Also, we'd be in the same scenario with just less life, I guess. Alright, yeah, there's no way to win from there. I really wish we could practice against a bot or something. I wish the bot had like a commander bot, Sparky, so I could practice. Because otherwise I have to practice in Cockatrice. Which I'm more than okay doing. Yep, alright. Just thinking about it. Yeah, I was ahead. I was ahead there. I just feel like maybe a wall of counterspells stops Bolas' Citadel, then I'm stuck at too low of a life total. Katara might struggle to swing in the meantime, but it's not interested in swinging for a bit anyways, really. Because they don't have any energy counters, or what is it called? Experience counters? Whatever they're called. It is a matchup I don't want to see, though. Which I suppose applies to a lot of different decks, to be fair. It applies to a lot of different things. This is a commander for the Artisan Brawl thing, where it's uncommons only. You see this commander a lot. Might be just relatively the same list, I don't know. This is also an uncommon. That's the last time I've seen this, was the Artisan Brawl thing. It's looking like just someone fired up their Artisan Brawl commander so far. Which, I mean, it gets their, you know, roughly the same pace, to be fair. Do I cast my commander? I think so. It is a 4 toughness card. They might just ignore it, right? I don't have a clean way of utilizing it. But if they kill it, that is time being spent killing it and not in my face. Okay, so let's play Goat. And make a second Goat. And this is free. Play a land. Wait a minute, can I win? No. Let's slow down. Let's calm down. Sack that. They put it to the command zone. I'm surprised they deem it having value here. I think I'm keeping that on top, which means no fetch land. There's a good chance I should just get rid of this Worst Fears now. Okay, we'll just pass. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Worst Fears is fine in the graveyard because we have Breach. Can this sack itself? No. What does that do? Does it exile it? It does not. Let's play with fire. I can just recast this, though, right? Oh, it's also just not a goat. Right, it's not a goat. I don't really care if it's alive or dead. The sacking of my opponent's creatures is not actually a core idea of this playing Woe Strider. So, glad that they killed it, I guess. Like, I would rather them kill this than the goat. But my opponent probably isn't aware of that. Also, I mean, they do have to genuinely stop me from killing their cards. It's not like I'm doing the haha funnies here with no recourse. So, we could reanimate it to get another goat in play. Is that better than not doing that? We have 3 goats. I'm going to spend the reanimate. I'm going to get another goat. I'm going to cast this. I think I can just win, actually. Hold on. Hoarding Spaghetti. 1, 2... Which didn't auto-tap the mana side of it. Saw Spaghetti. I have the red mana. I have the red... Alright, we got it. I have the red mana to duplicate. So, Dual Caster, Molten, Funny. Stealing my opponent's turn is not actually that great anyways as a mono red deck. So, I'm going to see what happens if I just auto-yield. I think it holds it for you. Yeah, it just holds it for you because Dual Caster wants to see spells. Cool. Alright. We did it. We did it. If they killed a goat instead of the Woe Strider, I think it's roughly the same. Also, I could almost flashback this. I had a lot of goats this game. This might have been a goat record here. I had 4? Or did I have 3? No, I had 4 goats. Yeah, that's like a... It's like a record. I could make another one, too. So I could add 5. The flashback on this is so much mana. I guess that's not too big of a deal. When you flash it back, you get 2 cards, right? Yeah. I have a foil one of these in my deck. I think I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I took it out. It does a lot of mana. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Okay. Alright. Very well. Oh, my legs. My legs. Ugh. You can't control the cards you draw, but you can control how you react to them. Oh, okay. I'm not really... I'm more upset with my opponent's draws than my own, 90% of the time. I don't have a black source, but if I find one, we're chilling. That's not even true. I don't know, is this good? I mean, any land with this is fine, too. I guess any land with this works as well. Okay, I don't have to do that now. What does this do? Wow, look at that. It's the Jeskai Triome at home. Cool. Let me see that. Let's go ahead and unmarked grave. I could have gone for it this... I don't know. Is there a reason to do it that fast? Putting Broodlord in play that fast is not, like, super safe. But I could have. I need enough red mana to do the thing, though, so I'd rather maybe not blitz towards it. Especially how they don't have 4 mana this turn. Which means they do something that doesn't involve... Wait, what? What? Oh, I thought they were going to ninjutsu me. I was about to say, whoa! Okay, so I can leave up this because my opponent didn't do anything, which makes it painfully obvious there's something to do. I could also just cast Kririk. Like, that's fine. What if I just did nothing? Why play into open mana? It's a, yeah, like, what am I doing? Why would I ever play into open mana here? Okay, so there could be a 1 mana spell, which does deal with Hoarding Broodlord. There is an 1 mana spell. Excellent. Well, obvious swords is obvious. So I'll just play around it as best as possible, which is pretty doable. Let's cast Kririk. And then land. Cast Mastermind's Acquisition and only lose 1 treasure token. This should most assuredly get the thing out of their hand here. I mean, it 100% gets out of their hand. I can grab... I guess I could just grab... Huh. That doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. You? No. We grab, Yeah, no, we could grab Mizzix's Mastery, but I could also grab that one. Okay. And we're just chilling. We don't have to go for anything. I want to see Swords cast. We're playing Goat Storm. Goat Storm. Guided Passage? No, I don't think we have Guided Passage. I don't think we're ever going to get Guided Passage either. You probably don't want to show your opponent your entire deck like that. But I mean, sometimes it's okay, I guess. So I don't have any goats in play. But maybe I can still go for it because I have actually just played enough mana. This might actually just work. Which is kind of funny. I don't think I've done this without goats in play. So... you... tap... tap... tap. That's exactly enough mana, and I haven't played a land yet. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, we played around the card my opponent could have. Why are these 3/3s? They were 4/3s last game. Alright, we did it. Yeah, we played around that swords. I mean, it almost 100% chance to be a swords plowshares as well. I mean, I would say it's 100%, but they just decided to not keep it up. Also, this is an opulent palace. It's the Sultai Triumph at home. Opponent's mana base is funny. I like these. I miss these. I miss these. Kind of sad that these aren't like the thing. I wish we could go back to these days. I mean, man is just so perfect now. But that's been the case for like 15 years. That's not really the Triumph's fault. But they didn't help, that's for sure. But yeah, I could just do it without playing a goat. I just played enough mana over the course of that game there. The 2 treasure tokens was quite helpful as well. What else did I do here? Yeah, I waited a turn on this, which I think was right. I do think that was right. At least it wound up being right. This doesn't deal with exile, so if it was swords, this isn't an answer to getting it back, really. But yeah, I did it without goats. Look at that. Goat Storm. Without any goats. Goatless Storm. I don't even think I have Dualcaster Mage in Iroh. I should probably put it in Iroh. Man, I love these spell slingy storm decks. They're so ridiculous. Wandering Minstrel is the 5-color town thing, right? In your combat turn, 2/2. It's the 2 mana, whatever it's called. The Amulet Titan, Spelunking, Amulet of Vigor. That's it, Amulet of Vigor. I found it. Oh wow, no green opener though. Color me surprised. Bask in my green opener. Look at it. One of us is going to have it. It's just going to be me. Did they surveil on top? They did. Okay. Most likely either a land or a ramp spell, I guess. They cannot cast their commander turn 2. Yep. Never mind. Back to you being equal. I'm going to get a swamp. I think I have enough red. And I'm going to, I suppose, play around Stifle for whatever it's worth. Yeah, it draws your worst 3 cards. But you could just cast... there's a lot of 3-mana draw 3s, actually, that don't show your opponent your deck. But I mean, I like Guided Passage. Especially, I like it in multiplayer, because you could just target somebody, and then they give you what you both agree you need to beat the other person's thing that's winning. So I like Guided Passage. I should put it in my Omnath deck. I'll replace Approach the Second Sun, because the only way I've ever actually lost is trying to cast Approach the Second Sun. That is literally how I lost, because I didn't cast it twice in the same turn. So, I lost. I put it on the stack and couldn't make it 7 turns with an entire table trying to kill me. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's a mono-green deck, because that's what it always is. I'm going to assume this is not concerning to my opponent. They can't escape, and stealing this does nothing, so. They care as little as I believe they will care. So oh, hey, it's Omnath. Look at that. Look at that. Another thing they probably don't care if I steal. It looks like there's a removal spell anyways. Great. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? I'm going to replay my commander. Because, yeah. Please stop killing it. This is literally like 5-color mythic rare pile. That's fun. I don't have a fetch land. Goat napping Uro is not that exciting. Can we stop having 55 minutes plays, please? Can we not crack that fetch land? Oh, come on. Well, it looks like I was never really a part of this game. I was just along for the ride. Yeah, it's literally like $20 mythic rare pile. Okay, of all the things that could happen, that's a bit tame. Do they have a land? I'm not even sure why they went with this. Do you have a land here? You have another thing you can do? Well, that's not exciting. We can target... I don't know. Is there... I'm not paying for Esper Sentinel, obviously. I mean, apparently they have a spell. I don't know why they haven't cast it yet, but... Yep. Like I'm gonna do anything about that. It could be the Flicker card. Okay. What did that do? What? Oh, it made it so it's texture from black. Let's play land. I can... Buried Alive, and then I can't do anything else. I can't really do anything, actually. So, I guess I'm just waiting a turn. And I don't know where that gets me, but maybe my opponent doesn't win, I guess. So, you. Can I cast this? No. Yep, alright, I have to pass 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, not dead. They see 2 cards. I have to read this now. Doesn't do anything. That doesn't do it. Alright, so they draw a card, and then we hope we're not dead to whatever that card is right here. I think this other card isn't anything, so it's just the card they just drew. Steel Fanatic? I can't tap it for a bajillion, so I'll just go there. Get a goat. I need another goat, so... Oh, come on! Come on! Oh, wait, it's just this. Alright. I can't pay for that. I guess I can pay for the 1/1. And then we go to combat? If I do this... Tutor up that... No, it's not going to work. Okay. Play a land. And then... Get another goat? That's too much mana. Crick? No, that's too much life. Final parting reanimate? Then I don't have any mana left. Engine with Mizzix's Mastery? What's Storm? 4? Hide behind the One Ring? I can't go for it this turn. I can't get enough goats in play. I can't get enough goats in play. Yeah, it's just not enough time. I can't do anything. There's not enough time. I could have winged it, but I mean, I'm at 10 life. Bulls to Citadels is not going to do it. Tutor for that, and then do that. No, that doesn't do it either. Tutor for... No, that doesn't do it either. Yeah, I don't have anything I can do, really. Okay, I'm going to lose the One Ring, which I would like to draw with it. Oh, they didn't... Wait, what? Why wouldn't you take the... Okay. I mean, I'm doing that. Bojuka Bog. Alright, well, I lost the graveyard. I don't think the graveyard mattered. Oh, they targeted... I have protection. They can't target me with that. I don't think my graveyard matters anyways, but... Because I just can't get access to it regardless. Why did they plus? How do you not minus? How do you just leave me with the One Ring in play? That just seems so reckless. Alright, I mean, it's something to do, I guess. I don't know. So they have 2 mana left. Oh, I guess they have 3 mana. Doesn't change that much, but so be it. It's like counterspell. Try to steal that and win with it? What if I steal that and... No, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, what if I threatened this? Doesn't really matter what I steal. So, start here. And, like, if I have it be a thing, it could be a problem. Okay, that's fair. And then we get a second goat. Should just draw first. It's probably my last turn here, so I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna cast this. Yeah, that doesn't really help. It doesn't help at all. Okay, well, I guess I'll cast it anyways. I can't draw into anything? Does that help? Reanimate? Reanimate? Okay, wait. Reanimate. They could have Lightning Bolt. That's not like I can do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. What am I reanimating though? Like what am I doing now? Yeah, it looks like it's Lightning Bolt. It could be swords actually. Oh. Sack that? Can't. Doesn't help. Well, that's ironic. So... Engine? Cost... 2? Doesn't do anything. I don't have a castable card here, so I don't think I can do anything. I can get Arcane Signet for mana. That's literally all I can do. I can saw in half Woe Strider. Get another goat and then just lose. I can make him lose 10 life while I'm at it. Alright, we can start to scry. But again, I can't cast anything off the top. I'm at 1 life. Alright, yeah, I'm I'm dead. But hey, you know what? That was kind of interesting. I mean, there's nothing I can do, though. Yeah, I mean, this is literally just like Herp Dirt Mythic Rare pile. I just don't have anything I can do. I almost got there, though. If they didn't kill this, I think it's not enough if it was alive. I really needed a way to... Yeah, I didn't have the mana. If I didn't need this black mana, I could have gotten Paradox Engine and cast it. But I would still need a way to get mana untapped, so that wouldn't do it. It was close, though. It was close. Yeah, the Veil doesn't really work too well against... Well, I mean, it stops the target, I guess, but... They stifled it, and then they gave their creature hexproof, so they stopped it every time. If they didn't do that, let's say... Yeah, I guess, honestly, I was one, like, goat activation away from having the mana I needed. So I guess that all worked out. Well, 5-color Mythic Rare pile. Alright. Okay. I've had my fill of this. I think I've played out all the lines, and there are still more lines to be found probably in here. This deck is a bit nuts, but it is a convoluted version of Rowan. Rowan is kind of doing the same thing, except you don't have, like, completely dead goats in your deck. You just have, like, actual spells. I don't like discard spells normally, but this deck is just like Stick Fingers, where you just cast discard spells, and then cast this, and then win the next turn. Almost exactly like how Stick Fingers does it. Except this has a lot more you have to do to get to that point. Like, once you're there, you have to then find a line that, you know, blows your opponent up with some combo or something. But, yeah, we have a bunch of really bad goats in here, unfortunately. But you kind of need them to get the discount going, just like Rowan would. But I would say this is more successful than I thought it would be. I said that the other day as well, playing it in a more normal fashion. And here we are playing it in a very strange fashion. But it kind of works. The only thing is you, just like Rowan, are for the most part ignoring your opponent. It is hard to make room for discard spells while also actually having meaningful hands that, like, can win when you do the thing. But I guess discard would kind of help. You just have to figure out how to make room for it. Your guess is as good as mine, I guess. But when you're doing it, it's cool. The discount is, you know, it's just kind of like the same as Rowan, with extra steps. It's really just storming off with funny things. Which version I think is better? I like this more, but the other one has more, it feels like it's gonna do against people. Like, you have more interaction in the other one. This one, you're just trying to storm off really fast before you die to whatever they're doing, because you're not really interacting. And, yeah. If it wasn't for the thing I've talked about half the night today, which is just, like, Llanowar Elves, you have a surprisingly fast thing you're doing. Like, this happens fairly quickly. You're vulnerable to removal, but the thing you're trying to do starts to become a thing very fast. So if it wasn't for, like, Rofellos being every other opponent, which is doing what I'm trying to do, except they don't have to use their brain, they just cast a 2-drop that does everything I'm trying to do for free, this is actually kind of okay. But I think the other one is just a little bit better, because it's not trying to be weird, and it's just going all in on, you know, doing the goat thing. There's probably a blend of both of these that's okay. Like, you can very reasonably play something like this and then run the Dualcaster Mage Molten Duplication in your deck and just have those 2 cards, run some tutors or something, and then outside of that, you're just like a normal deck anyways. I mean, it has the Hoarding Broodlord, it has the One Ring engine, the Mana Rocks, like, it's kind of doing the same thing. Lightning Greaves is weird because you can't target your own commander, so I probably wouldn't play that in the other one. I also didn't actually try this combo, but the problem with this one is you need 5 mana. Well, I actually kind of need 6, because you can't make that red go away. So I don't think I like Godo in the Spellslingy Storm thing, because you need 6 mana to go for it. Where you're trying to discount everything, so it's super cheap. You can't discount the 5 equip of Helm. But, I don't know, it's another combo. We have, like, all the combos in the universe in this deck, so I might as well slide that one in. Don't really know what I would take out. It's getting harder and harder to find spots to take things out. It would be kind of sad to have to take out goats. But I suppose, to be fair, I really only needed, like, 2 goats to do something. So if I took out some of these goats and added, I don't really even know what, then I think we're sitting pretty. Because just like Rowan can win it too, and I think I said this the other day, this can kind of win it too as well. I don't need 3 goats to do the thing. And we have one we have one here, and every single opponent is green, so you always have at least a mana dork you can steal. Or something. There's usually something to steal. So you could pretty reasonably go crazy in that way. What else? But yeah, the tutors are good. Like, I like everything it's trying to do. Also, Coveted Prize, your changelings are a full party, so this just, like, discounts it very fast to 1 mana, which is kind of funny, but it's, you know, it is what it is. Other than the Broodlord, there are ways to win, I'd say. It did seem like a lot of those lines I was taking had to do with Hoarding Broodlord. I actually completely forgot Unmarked Grave was in the game. I just crafted it. But that can fine. I took out Gristlebrand, because every time I would think about getting Gristlebrand, ideally there's just a Hoarding Broodlord line that wins the game, instead of just, like, drawing 7 cards. So I took it out. And Unmarked Grave is non-legendary, so it's just another reason to always get this. Same with Summon Bahamut. You probably just want to grab this every time you would think about Summon Bahamut, and just grab this and try to actually win the game, instead of just blowing up your opponent's stuff and maybe drawing. Which you, let's be real, never actually do, because it always dies when you pass a turn. But, if it wasn't for people wanting to not get goat napped, this would be better. But people play their stuff, and they don't want you to active treason it. So, like, unbeknownst to a lot of players we played against, I'm not really interested in trying to steal my opponent's cards. I'm just trying to play goats. So, I'm not going to, like, steal something and go out of my way to sacrifice it. I just want another goat in play. But because of that, it's going to die a lot. But it's sort of going to die anyways a lot to the things that would, like, not care about that. So, Yeah, I don't know. Grape Shot, it's been in, it's been out, it's been up, it's been down. I don't really know. I thought I found a reason to run it again, and then come to find out it's not actually how it worked. I thought Urabrask just went infinite with this, because you could just target it, make red, target it, make red, and then you have two goats, goat nap costs one, but you can only target non-goats, so you can't target the same thing over and over. I think I did the same thing the other day too, where I thought I could do that, but you can't. So that didn't work out too well. But it's still like Storm. You just target everything in play and make it a goat at the same time. But that does mean future turns you can't target anything, but you're doing crazy stuff you probably don't want to pass anyways. If you have critical mass of creatures, then Fling is interesting. But the problem with Fling is your opponent has 26 creatures and for some reason you didn't die. Actually, that last game was another one. I have had what I think is a disproportionate amount of games with like my opponent having 10 creatures and it isn't over. I don't know what's going on, but that happened like 5 times today. So because of that, it does make Fling more interesting. You just tap this 15 times and then throw it at your opponent. That is an idea there, I suppose. But I would say I messed up maybe 2 or 3 games here where maybe there was a win and I just didn't find it. But it can be difficult. Also, you don't 100% know what your opponent has in their hand at any time. So if you go for something and it doesn't work, well. But yeah, there was that last game we played. My opponent had like Stifle, Veil of Summer, Tail's End, and I couldn't target anything. But we had a weird, clunky game against 5-color Mythic Rare pile that, like, no synergy. But it's just like Golos. You just play all these, like, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Uro, things that don't really care about each other, and then you just giant Mythic Rares that cost $20. What is it called? 5-color good stuff pile? Whatever. But if it wasn't for like certain cards, I actually had lines that probably won against it, but it just happened to have drawn exactly what it needed. But it is interesting that those kinds of decks are beatable, I suppose. But with that being said, I don't think Rofellos is typically beatable. I did beat it once, but I think most of the time in that game I would not have won had they had anything slightly stronger. So I kind of did start auto-conceding to, like, Rofellos, or just really anything that just acted like mono green, which is most green commanders anyways. It doesn't really matter what the text box on the card is, as long as it's green. So I can't really recommend this one, unless you just like this kind of thing. But if you like this kind of thing, probably just play Rowan, unless you just want to play goats into Goat Storm instead of Rowan Storm, I suppose. But, yeah, I like it more than this one, this version, but I'd say this version was a little bit more successful. Yeah, maybe there's a mix of both in there somewhere. We'll see. I don't know, but there we go. I've played it. I like it. It's fun when it works, and you sort of just explode when it doesn't. But, yep, that's it. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Salicinder? Is that the new one from... Oops. Is that the blue-red one? Just... Why? Why? Oh my... Please. Please. For the love of God. Okay, yeah. I played against this once. I don't think it did anything. I think they just exploded, but... Is it a storm? I saw one elemental that looked storm-centric when they played it. Conjure card named Rite of Flame. What's this... When you cast an elemental? I can see it, like, slowly running out of control. I don't like my elemental options, though. You won your first ever game of Commander? Look at that. I lost my first game of Commander ever. Yesterday. Well, that's cool. Lutri's an elemental. Oh. I forgot. What was that? Yeah, this thing, Gritting Ingus? Is that a combo? Return this to your hand, add 3. Oh, it's a sorcery. So this should just go infinite, right? You just cast that, you get your Rite of Spaghetti. Oh, that's like a complete infinite. That almost... No, you can't make blue mana, though, so you can't draw. I can't draw. Oh, there's always something. But, like, you play that. How did you get in my deck? Oh, because I'm dumb. You play this. You get a Rite of Flame. You cast it. Yeah, so you can do this and get infinite red mana. And then, I guess, kill your opponent with anything. Oh, Kiln Fiend. Kiln Fiend can kill with that combo. Well, you'd have to give it Trample. Yeah, I'll have to look into this commander. Not gonna do it right now, but I'm sure there's some stuff going on. You top deck to Mass Reanimate. Huge. Well, that sounds like a good time, as opposed to like someone casting Craterhoof Behemoth on turn 4 every other game or something. Oh, Eluge? The first spell is discounted? That doesn't seem very helpful. Actually, it doesn't seem helpful at all. Man, you see, this is the problem. There's not a lot of elementals that I would like to put in my elemental deck. There's like very few elementals I'd like to put in my deck. I guess you could just go critical mass and just get... Whenever you cast an elemental, so you just cast elementals and you get flames and inventories. You don't necessarily have to combo off. You could just go crazy with a bunch of red and... But the problem is you can't take inventories with the Rite of Flames. That's like the main issue I have right now with this deck, with this commander. Oh, this is another infinite. You can just keep pumping it. It's also an elemental, I suppose. Skizzix has trample, but you can't do anything about that. You can't, like, buff it. I could have swore there was another... This spell costs less number of cards in your graveyard that are instants or sorceries. Sure, discard your hand, draw 2. You probably put it in here. This is non-combat damage. X is a non-combat. Yeah, this probably doesn't happen with this deck here. It probably just always costs 6. Is it fine when you cast it for 6? Non-combat. This creature deals that to something else. Alright, now it's not even really doing anything that I care about. Magnetic Force. I remember that. I always liked Verdant Force. The green one. What is the blue one? I feel like the blue one's busted in my head, but I don't... What are the other ones? At the beginning of each upkeep, tap or untap a permanent. Oh, okay. Oh, the black one draws cards. I was about to say, I feel like the blue one would be busted because it draws a card all the time. The black one does. What is the original art on that? The black one. Yeah, these are from... No, not all of them, because the green one is not from EDH, right? It's from, was it Tempest? It is from Tempest, yeah. I have one of these. I have a bunch of the green ones. Alright, I gotta stop rambling. I'm leaving. I'll look into that deck later. It's one of the few of the new alchemy things that actually seems kind of interesting, so I might end up playing it. Alright. Well, glad you enjoyed your EDH game there. Have to tell me more next time about it. But I am out, so I will see you guys later.